All right, hello, Casey. This is 8-2 notes. We're going to roll on right through these because we already know what we're doing. We are testing a claim. Underline these words. Testing a claim about a proportion. Actually, just underline the word or circle the word proportion. Okay? So we know what we're doing. Proportion is P's or percentages. Percent. Okay? Proportion, P, percent. That's what we're looking at. We're not doing means yet. We've already done this. But we have yet to do one whole problem where we throw it all together, where we actually have to calculate the test value, okay? And we actually have to do the whole process, okay? In the last section, we had to do the process, but they already gave me the value for Z, right? Okay? So they're going to throw it all together, which is not hard. We've done this all before. Here we go. Let's talk about this test value. This is my test value, Z, okay? And just some things about P and P hat, okay? Because I have a lot of people get these two confused and switched around. The P value is always what you are claiming. So it's whatever you're testing against the claim. Like 24% blue M&Ms, that would be 0.24. P hat is according to the sample. This is our data. Okay, and that's what you are using for P hat versus P. Don't get those two confused. Okay, the bottom is PQ, not P hat, Q hat. Okay, PQ, and then N is N. We know N, right? Okay, so down here, we're going to do this problem, and we are going to do the p-value method, and we're going to do the critical value method, and then I'm going to give you your homework assignment. Okay, hopefully, maybe, yeah. Okay, ready? Claim. We are claiming. Here's what we're claiming. Read the title. Most. What does most mean?
50.
Okay, what's 50?
A number.
P is 50, okay? But when they say most, okay, Maya just said that's more than 50. So my H naught is going to be equal to 50. My HA or H1 is going to be greater than 50, right? Got it?
No.
H naught is 50. It's based on 50. Most is like 50-50, right? Most means more than 50, okay? Which one does our claim go with if we are claiming most?
That one.
Which one?
The one I put. That. H1.
I don't know which one you're pointing to.
Did you ask?
H1, the claim is going here, right? The claim goes with, it doesn't matter which one. It doesn't always have to go with H1. In this case, since we're talking about most, we are saying it's going with H1, okay? Your H naught will always be equal to. Got it? Okay. The chapter problem cited the Pitney Bowes survey in which 1,009 customers. What's that mean?
N.
N. Like anytime you see this information, write it down off to the side. Were asked if they are comfortable with having drone deliveries, and 54% of them responded with a no. Okay, what is 54%?
P hat.
P hat. Perfect. 0.54. Now, 0.54 is in fact greater than 50%, but is it greater than 50% in every sample that we would have, or just for our sample? Like, is it going to be enough to say that this is not true, and yes, it is greater than 50%, or that's what we're trying to test. So I get it that 54%. You're like, why wouldn't that just declare most already? Is it just for our sample, or is it for every sample? Okay. Use the results to test the claim that most consumers are uncomfortable with drone deliveries. We interpret most to mean more than half or greater than 50%. That's what we have. All right. Number 3 was the requirement that we usually overlook. If we take N times P, which is 1,009 times P, which is 0.5.
Can you clear your throat?
Is that going to be greater than 5?
Yeah.
Yes. If we take N times Q, which is 1,009 times 0.5 again, is that going to be greater than 5? A lot of times we overlook that, okay, but that has to be a requirement that we have to check off anyway. So that number 3 is done. Let's talk about p-value method versus critical value method. Here we go. We're going to do 2 different bell curves. I don't care. Okay, and then we're going to calculate our test value Z. P hat minus P over the square root of P, Q over N. We're going to calculate him in the middle because we got to use them on this side and this side. We got to use them on the left and the right, okay? So, there we go. Got it? P-value method, critical value method. All right.
Is that supposed to be in the middle of both?
Yeah, because we're going to use this calculation for the left side and the right side. That's why I put them in the middle. Okay? That's my formula. Do we have a, what confidence level we want?
No.
Do they tell us?
No.
No.
So we get to pick?
Where's your equal
Aren't we finding Z? Where do you think?
Yeah, we're gonna find Z.
So what do you mean confidence?
Well, we need it to do the rest of the process.
Well, that's right.
Okay, I'm gonna write down my step. I'm gonna say n equals 1009. Put them here. P equals 0.5. Q equals 0.5. Just from above. P hat equals 0.54. Yeah? Okay, there's all that stuff. All right, I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna write all my H naught and H1 again. Just so that we can be clear. H naught, H1. We got lots of stuff we're writing down. P is equal to 0.5. P is greater than 0.5. P is equal to 0.5. P is greater than 0.5. The claim goes with
I know, that's what I'm saying.
the bottom. Claim and claim.
So we're gonna have to say whether we reject or accept.
Correct.
H1.
And which one is the claim, or what the result is from the claim. Okay, that's usually what we always say. All right, here we go. P-value method. When you label your bell curve, you're going to label it as 0% over here and 100% over here, and we're going to talk about where our cutoff marks are. Do we have a left tail, a right tail, or two tail?
One tail.
One tail, which one?
That tail.
Left.
Right.
Right.
The right one.
I just.
Why? What tells you that?
Greater than.
This greater than. If it's equal to and not equal to, you're going to have two tails. If it's left-tailed, it's going to be less than. If it's right-tailed, it's going to be right side tail, right tail. Got it? Okay, that's going to be true over here as well, so I'm going to mark him over here, okay? We need to figure out where this percentage is, okay? They did not give us a fish value, so let's use 0.05. If they don't give you a fish, let's just assume that it's 0.05. That means 5% goes in this tail, which means my cutoff mark is at 95%, okay? Now, what that means on the critical value side, critical value is talking about these in relationship to z-scores. So the z value here in the middle is 0. Then we have the negative z values over here and the positive z values over here, okay? All right, we've got to figure this out. If we have 5% living here, there's like an imaginary 5% living here, and what percentage is in the middle? 90, okay? What is the z value, or the bottom little corner on your positive chart that corresponds to 90?
Is it 1.64?
I think it's 1.645. 1.96 is 95. So 1.645 goes here, yeah? This one would be a negative 1.645. Okay, so do you see the difference in labeling your bell curves? P-value method versus critical value method. Got it? What would you like to do now? Like, what's the next thing?
Solve it. For
Solve for
Solve for z. Okay, let's find our test value z. Okay? All right, so p hat is 0.54 minus p, which is 0.5. Now, at this point, are we going to be a positive z value or a negative z value?
Positive.
0.54 is bigger than 0.5, so positive. Square root of 0.5 times 0.5 over the 1009.
2.54.
2.54. You sure? I'm going to circle that number. 2.54.
That's what I
I don't like that sticker.
got.
I like all the other ones.
Okay, so I'm going to go over to here, and I'm going to write some things down. When they have you do this problem and they say the critical value method, they ask for what the critical value is. What is the critical value?
2.54.
No.
1.645.
1.645, okay? The test statistic, so test stat, is 2.54. Those are things that if they ask you what those are, that's like what they're asking for. The critical value is what we're comparing to. My value is the test value, okay? Where does 2.54 live on this number line?
Above.
Right here. So, does that mean that he's equal to 0.5 or greater than 0.5?
Greater than.
Greater than. So I'm going to circle this and I'm going to cross this off, right? Okay? So, according to the right side,
There was poop on the floor.
what are we doing for H naught?
Oh, we reject. Oh, wait, we reject it.
We reject H naught, right? We're crossing him off. Okay, what about the claim?
Claim was right.
Claim is
True.
true, right? Look at what we circled. We circled the claim and we crossed off the H naught, right? We are rejecting H naught, claim is true.
Reject or fail to reject H naught.
We always reject or fail to reject H naught, and then we always say claim true or false. Okay, now, by saying the claim is true, what are we saying?
It's bigger than.
Their claim was that most people are uncomfortable with drone deliveries. So we're saying that is true. True. Most are uncomfortable.
I'm not coming at all to school
Me neither.
What do you mean?
for state degrees.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we're saying with the claim. So since we're saying the claim is true, we're saying that most people don't want drones. Most people are a no for drones, right? That's what we're claiming. All right, let's see if that's the same results that we get over here. It should be. Okay, so our z value was 2.54. We do not use the 1.645 over on the p-value side. What we do is we convert that to a p-value, okay, by using the chart differently. So 2.54, if we look that up on the chart, you're doing this thing. You're going to 2.5 and you're going over to 0.4. What is that number that you look up on the chart? 0.9927. So 99.27%. That's how you use the p-value side, right? Where does 99.27 live?
All the way over on
All the way over here. Same as it was here. Like same results, but a different way, right? So that means, whew, that means we're going to cross this off and we're going to circle this. So we still get reject H naught and we still get claim true.
Yeah, they have interview all day.
Oh, look at you. Okay, perfect.
So we're already not
Awesome, thank you.
Yes.
Oh, so yeah, we're not going
We're not
that
going
way.
to school at all.
Okay,
Oh, solid. Okay.
good. Happy with that? That's the two methods. Emma, shush,
Shut up.
shush.
Good plan.
That's a good idea.
I hate women.
Okay? So, regardless of which method you use, you should get the same results. True? Yes? Okay? Then you might have to, like in your homework problems, like decipher what that means. So if we're saying the claim is true, what does that mean? That means that most people don't think drones are good. Right? Most people say no to drones. That's where they were claiming. If we're saying that's true, most people are saying no to drones, okay? So if they ask for that, make sure that when you look at these homework problems, you are looking to see what they're asking for, not just saying these two things need to be met. You need to at least say what you're doing to the H naught and whether the claim is true or false. Okay, so at least say those. But then if they have you answer the question like what does that mean, make sure you can back that up as well.
Eden's here.
Got it?
Taylor, do you want to share your senior spotlight with me?
Yep.
Sorry.
You're fine.
To interrupt.
You're fine.
And then really quickly for the senior spotlight creators, are you guys putting the year on there or not?
No.
You're not.
I have no idea. I have not started.
I have one done.
I did not.
Okay.
I didn't.
No.
Shut up.
That's all I needed to know. I wasn't sure
No, I
if you
don't
wanted
think
the year
any of us did.
So, thank you.
Okay, so here's what I want you to do on the homework. We'll just go straight to the homework and then we'll be done for the day. We are going to finish this tomorrow. So we have like another method that we're going to use, which is the confidence interval method, which we learned in chapter 7, but I'll show you how to use that to make decisions, okay? And then we'll do those tomorrow. But what I want you to do is 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 and 6, 7, 8, okay? All right, on 1, 2, 3, you're using the critical value method. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to do all the 1, 2, 3s together so that you're kind of on that side of your brain. Then flip over and do the first 3 using the p-value method. Do not cross off the bottom 2 on each page because we will eventually do those, but not the same way.
Okay.
Got it? Okay. Now, question, real quick, because I know it's going to be asked. On number 1, a certain drug is used to treat asthma. In a clinical trial of the drug, 24 out of the 288.
Divide.
288 is N. P hat is your percentage that you get 24 divided by 288. Got it? So if they don't give you P hat, you might have to divide to find that number. Got it? Okay. We are comparing that
You have the
to
wrong P there,
what?
don't you?
Oh, this is a typo right here. This should say 8.8%. Fix that. Instead of 88%, otherwise you're going to be like a huge reject. 8.8% is what there should be. I think there's another typo somewhere maybe. Oh, right down here. Number 3. Is there like something that comes after? Yeah. That should not say 5950. That should just say 595 instead of 5950. Let me see if there's another typo. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Number 6 is saying most. I think that's all the typos that I have. So
Are you ready to go to the church?
this one here. So number 3, just so we're clear. Number 3 should say 595 instead of 5950. And number 1 should say 8.8%. So fix those. Do you have any questions before I stop this video? Significance level is